Hello, welcome to today's tip. I think today is going to be a bit hard for worship leads, for people who aspire to become worshippers. This conversation is going to be a bit eye-opening and it's going to be uh, a bit cutting. Yeah. Now, many of you meet us who lead worship and you're like, I want to be like you. I just want to be like you. Well, I beg to disagree. You don't want to be like me. You want to stand on the same stage I have stood on. You want to be in the place I am in. And probably you want to meet the people I've met. Probably you want to have the access that you think I have. You basically don't want to be like me because you are your own person and you apparently have your own print, your own brand. You have you have your own substance that probably you would want the world out there to hear. And many times when people say those things, we are thinking, and I'm saying this because I've had conversations with worship leads, so I'm trying to say what many worship leads might not tell you. And it's the reality of things. So uh, there are so many questions that arise, and it is at this point that I want to appreciate my spiritual father, Apostle Grace Lubega, sir, and the Phaneroo pastors. We used to lead worship before, but it wasn't a responsibility as it is right now. We never used to see it the way we see it right now. Before, you would just go and sing, you know, and quote unquote, no chikuba. But there are so many questions that lie in that word, no chikuba. For those who are watching from international spaces who don't know chikuba, in Uganda we have that word, wachikubye. But it's usually used to mean, man, that was good. Really, really, it was top notch. It was the best. Yeah, like it achieved what it was supposed to achieve. But then, to a worship lead, and if you're a worship lead and you're out there and you don't ask yourself some of these questions, there's a bigger problem. So let's start with the songs. Yeah, are you singing those songs because you like them? They appeal to you, or because God wants them? And let's say you're singing it because God wants it. Um, does He want it because it has been in your closet for long, or it is a specific song that He asked you to sing because He wanted to achieve something with somebody? Let's also talk about that. Do you know what each song on your set list that you're going to sing in worship is supposed to achieve? Do you know that God can actually make you sing a song for just one person in an audience of 15,000 people? But you don't know his plan anyway, because, well, that one person might be representing thousands that probably you have not seen. So is it because you like the song or because God wants it? And let's say he wants it. Have you asked him what the song is going to achieve? What is its purpose? And every time you finish a session and you go back to your closet to account, because what many of you don't understand is that after us singing and praising and everything, this is how we have been taught by our spiritual leaders, by my father, by our pastors. that you have to go back and account, of course, to God because He's the one who put you there. So when you're accounting for a song you don't know actually why He asked you to sing, do you even know whether it achieved its purpose or not? Let's talk about audience response and reaction. Is the audience responding because we simply have good music or because it's your altar? And how do you differentiate that two? Should you have bad music for a good altar, or a good altar for bad music, or a good music for a bad altar? Well, why would you let go of any of those two? For you who aspire to become worship leads, do you even realize that first of all you must be good at your music, but then your altar must also be speaking. And when people respond, they better be responding because of your altar. Are they responding because you're singing the songs they like, and the songs they know? What if you started a song they don't know? Are they going to respond the same way? What if God asks you to sing a song that the audience doesn't know? Will they still be shouting? Will they still be clapping and dancing? And as a worship lead, are you able to still get minister, or probably allow God to use you even with a song that they are not going to respond to the way probably you want them to respond? Music can be nice and people get excited because of music, and the altar is not saying anything. No, it's just good music. It's just songs. The song selection you made, they actually know the songs. So what about that weight? Are you able to carry it? You who aspires to become a worship leader, or you who is already a worship leader, how is it going? you know, Bottom line, it's a responsibility to worship. And again, we are all worship leaders in our own right, wherever we are. And now, most especially you who aspire to lead people in worship, especially musical, because again, worship is not singing like we have been told. So it's much more than that. Are you able to take on the responsibility? They usually tell us that worship is a lifestyle. Do you, as you aspire to become a worship lead, even know that your life stops belonging to you? You just can't do anything, you just can't say anything, you just can't meet anybody, you just can't go anywhere, you just can't dress anyhow. Well, it's quite a lot. So as you aspire, as you're going up in the ranks, please understand that yes, it's a good thing to covet, but it's also a responsibility that you're taking on, that you will be forced to do things that you probably never thought you would do. It's a weight.